Hello, artist. Today we're going to draw a scary shark. Don't you feel like you can almost tell a story from looking at this picture? What about these poor little fishies up here? Well, art a lot of time tells a story. It might be the story that the artist intended, or it might be a story you think of as the viewer of the artwork. Today you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil and chalk or crayons or whatever you'd like to color with. So with our paper here, you can fold it in half both ways, and that's going to help you know where to put the different parts that we're working on. All right, and in your papers, you've got some guidelines to kind of show you where to draw each line. The first couple of lines we're going to do is this huge, big shark nose. And then we're going to do this black line and the fin. That's an important part. Okay, I'm going to be starting over here. And I'm going to go all the way up past the halfway mark, close to the in the middle mark, go all the way up that high. Okay, here I go. Going up past the halfway. Then I'm going to curve, and I'm going to come back down to about here. I'm going to change the angle on my paper so that it's easier to draw my curved line. Okay, so that's my very first shape of all. I am going to switch to a Sharpie so you can see better what I'm doing, but you can stay with pencil. That is a super long line. Okay, now the next line starts about here. I can see it on my example papers, and it's going to go here. Okay, it's got the just slightest bit of a curve. And then our fin works right along this halfway line. It's going to take most of that line up and then curve down. It's handy to have those folds, and that helps us know exactly where to put our line. Now the next thing we're going to work on is that mouth. Doesn't that look scary? Now we're going to start with this like letter C shape there, and we'll add teeth, lots of zigzags, and a tongue. So we're going to start about here, the halfway, right about there. We're going to end about here. And we're going to go over as far as about there. Okay. In and swing around. It's a little bit on the diagonal. And then this will be fun. Zigzag, zigzag. See, they're pretty big. And lastly, our tongue. Fantastic, we've got our mouth in. Now we're going to add this fierce looking eye. You see, by having that line over it, that makes him look angry. And then these gills here, his breathing gills. So the eye sits right halfway, right smack in the middle. And that little circle there tells us the story that he's going to be looking up at the fish. And there's that line that I mentioned makes him look fierce. And then it's like 3 lines here, a little bit curved. Okay, we are done with the shark and we're ready now to do the water. So this is called the scallop line and it's up higher than the fin. So right along here, we can look at our halfway again, and then that helps us know higher than the halfway mark and higher than that fin. Okay, now it's time to get our little fishies up here. These poor little fishies that are so scared they jump right out of the water. And this is the easiest way to make a fish. Come up here, stop, come back down, over. Isn't that fun? Gonna do another one. That's so fun and easy. Gonna put in an eye. They're looking up too. Maybe they're thinking, how high can I jump up to get away from him? And we're just gonna add some bubbles from all that splashing of the fish jumping up and the shark jumping out of the water. And there we go, we've got it. So now we're going to add color. If you do have some pencil lines showing, you might want to erase those. And today I'm going to use mostly chalk, but I might add a little bit of crayon to it. So we're just going to use dark blue here. And what works really good with chalk, especially if it's not coming off really good, is if you mix another color into it, then it helps it blend good. I'm going to put my dark on top of it again. See how that really helps give that nice strong color. We're going to leave the body white, but we're going to get this fin in. All right, looking awesome. Now the tongue is red. If you have chalk and then it's not coloring well, a lot of times if you break it, then inside will be nice and soft and it will work better. You want to be neat between those teeth because you want them to stay white. And I'm going to use my black crayon to go around those teeth. You want to do it pretty hard to get it quite dark. Okay, and then your water, you can do shades of blue or green or a different shade of blue. You don't want it to be the same as your shark. I'm gonna mix in a little bit of light blue there. And if you start to make a mess of that chalk, a pencil eraser will work fantastic to get it all cleaned up and nice again. And then just shake it off lightly. Don't rub it with your hands or else you'll start making a mess again. All right, I just want a light sky. And I want to do orange fish. After all this blue, I think we need some orange. I'm going to do these bubbles in a little darker. In fact, I think I'll use a darker shade of blue. I'm going to go around the eye. You know, as an artist, when you spend so much time with a drawing that you're drawing yourself, it really gives you some great time to think about how art tells a story. Well, there we go. I hope you have a great story to go with your shark picture. Bye-bye.